Hi, this is Jason Agee from Baker University student, and this is my video diary story, the story about someone's life, and I am doing my grandfather, Bob Motley. He was a umpire in the Negro Leagues for 20 years. He wrote this book uh, called Ruling. Can't get in the picture because I've done this. Ruling over Monarchs, Giants, and Stars. And I was going to let him talk about his experience in umpiring the Negro League All Star game called the East West Classic. So here we go.
Okay, I'm Bob Motley, and I umpire three of the East and West game. East and West game was always played in Chicago. That was just like the now the All Star game that they have in the Major League. I umpired three of those East and West games in Chicago. Always played at Commencement Park, and I was lucky enough to be chosen to umpire the East and West game. And I always like to call balls and strike in the East and West game. We took turn. I call balls and strike for 4.5 innings. Then we switch over, and the guy from the first base he come over and call the latter part uh, East and West game. Like I said, I did umpire three of those East and West games where they bring all the stars, such as Satchel Paige, Hank Aaron, Don Newcomer, all the stars always played in East and West game. And it was always held, like I said, in Chicago at Commencement Park.
All right. Um, so who was your favorite player to watch in the East and West Classic?
As a baseball umpire, you didn't have no favorite player.
Yeah.
We just glad to be umpire. All of them was stars.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in the East and West game, uh, they all was superstar to be in the East and West game. I didn't have no favorite ball player.
Mm-hmm. Uh, what was what was the crowds like at the East and West game? What were they?
They had a shutout crowd for every game. They hold over 60,000 people in the stadium. As you know now, the old Commencement Park been torn down, and now they did rebuild a new stadium there where the Commencement Park across the street from it. Like I said, they had over 60,000 people for every ball game. They came everywhere from. They even came by train, plane, and everywhere to get into the East and West game. And back in those days, uh, we didn't. People didn't realize we had white and black. They sat side by side back in those days at the ball game.
Yes, everybody just wanted to watch good baseball.
Everybody come to watch baseball game at the East and West game. They came by plane, train, and buses and everything. Like I said earlier, they had over 60,000 people for every ball game.
Were they all dressed up or?
Oh yeah, people come back in those days. Most on a Sunday they played.
Mhm.
Everybody came in their dress clothes, like a
Mhm.
suit. The women they had hats on, and just everybody just come to the ball game all dressed up.
So I know you couldn't have a favorite player while you're umping because you had to be fair and go by the rules. As a spectator, which you sometimes got to spectate, who was your favorite player?
Well, Satchel Paige was one of the greatest pitcher I ever umpire behind.
Mhm.
Willie Brown was one of the best hitter back in those days. As you know, Willie Brown, he played for the Kansas City Monarchs. He went on sign with the St. Louis Brown in
Mhm.
St. Louis. As you know, Satchel Paige went to the Major League when he's almost 50 years old. So those are some great ball players.
And I know you had a successful uh, time as umpiring in the Negro Leagues, and I know you came within the closest league to the Major League Baseball league to be an umpire, but was maybe one league out. Is that correct?
No, I was the first black to ever attend umpire school. To go to the major league back in what now too,
Yeah.
you had to go to a umpire school.
Hmm.
And back in those days, they only had two umpire schools, and both of them was in state of Florida.
Hmm.
And Florida had a state law back in those days that white couldn't teach black and black couldn't teach white. It took me 10 years to even get to go to be the first black umpire to go to umpire school. Every year I applied to go to umpire school and was refused on account of I was black. On my 10th year, they accepted me into the umpire school, and I was the first, like I said, first go to the umpire school, and we had 65 students there, and I came up on top of the class, and I couldn't get a job in the major league. I was called to the major league when they had a strike, but I refused to cross the picket line because I wasn't guaranteed that they was going to keep me after the strike was over with. So I refused to start umpire in the major league.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you taking this time. Obviously, a great story. If you ever want, or if you're interested in this book, let me know, and I'm sure you can get you somewhere where you can go but get a copy. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.